All right, we have the opening round for the Solar States tournament. Yes, we do. Let's see. I got some stuff I got to take care of here before I finally got the Cataclysm. What's funny is I got it in the club card trading, and then I opened up a chest and I got two more cards after that. So I've been trying to get cards for it, any card for it, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I haven't gotten anything. And then in one day I got five. So there we have it. And I only needed three, so I got what I needed. Let's update it. 155K. That store is super expensive. That ball guide is the whole deal right there. I mean, the rest of the stuff was pretty good, but the whole thing about it is I think a sniper's at what, 4.5, and like getting to 4.3 is like the big deal right there. It did get some more accuracy and it did get some more topspin, but the ball guide was the thing to go after. Let's see, what does a sniper have? I think it's 4.5. So not bad. Not bad, but now that I have it upgraded and it got better accuracy, I need to get numbers. So I like the stuff at Golf Clash Notebook a little bit better. So I've got a Cataclysm. I'm at level 7 at max club with a 1 Powerball. It's 1.4, and with at mid club it's 1.4 minus 1 minus 0.1, and at mid it is 1.6 minus 0.1. And the reason I'm saying minus 0.1 is if it's one ring, it's 1.6. So if you doubled that, it'd be 3.2, but it's not 3.2, it's 3.1. So it's 1.6 minus 0.1 as you go up the scale, because here I'm going to be using it up in these ranges most of the time. And at min, it's 1.8 straight up, 1.8. But with a power 3 ball at max, it's going to be 1.3 straight up, 1.5, and 1.7 plus 1, 1.7 plus 0.1. All right, we got some numbers for it. So if you're doing the hand math, that's how you do it. You want to go to Golf Clash Notebook and pull up clubs, and then you can pull up the club that you have and what level you're at and what ball you're using, and you can see it's the same math that they use in the app, but the app does all of the work for you. I like to use Tommy Site for the tournaments because Golf Clash Notebook isn't updated anymore. But they still have all the stuff for clubs because we haven't had any changes in clubs in a long, long time. Hole number one. Hey, we got to get on here. We got to get on and in one. And I think I can do this. I went back. I didn't watch the whole video. I shot a really good score in the qualifying round, an 18, and that is really, it would really be important to go back and watch the video to see what kind of adjustments I did to the cup on all the ones that I made. But I didn't do that because I'm not that good of a student anymore. I should have. I pulled it up and got ready to do it, and then a bunch of stuff came up, and then I bagged it. So sorry about that. Sorry. All right, hole number one. What bag do we got here? Bag. I'm gonna use that bag. I want to get used to using that Cataclysm. We're not going to use it on this hole anyways. It's not going to come into play. Now, I usually do a 10% on the drive. So let me get my trusty dusty calculator up here. 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.3. The other day I came here with a 3 Powerball. And I had tons of room, and so I think you could probably do it with just a Quasar, but a 3 Sidesman ball will be a little bit better. Get you more towards the cup. We'll see. I over curled it last time. I didn't have my grid on, and I went out to about here and curl, and I probably only needed to go to about right here. I way over curled it. I used 6 backspin the other day, but I think I could actually use more. 3.8. It's 3.21 rings. And I was right here where my orange ring was wedged up between the sand and the rough. There's 6.5. 3.21 rings. 3.21. And I'm going to go out to the red ring. Hitting it perfect. A little bit too much backspin and not enough curl. The whole goal on this is yes, we could go for hole-in-one. There is a rough bump here, and I'm pretty sure that rough bump we have to take wind off. It's like -5 or -10. There is a beautiful rough bump that you can do here, and if you're doing that rough bump, you need, with tailwind, I think you can do it with 3 Powerball and go right at it. And it would really be nice to get a hole-in-one here, but the whole goal here is to get an eagle. And you can't forget that this is your goal, eagle. Yes, it would be nice. Man, I'm not a big fan of setting up one ring off. If you hit anything great to the left and you overpull with the way the wind is blowing, you take a big risk of ending up clipping that rough just like they did right there. Just barely clipped it. They overpulled it. Yeah. No, I'm not a fan of that, dude. Why? Shit, you had plenty of room there. Why wouldn't you give yourself more room? You set the shot up. They probably got that from somebody. It always cracks me up. I watch other people's videos, other people's content, and there's always just one way to play the hole, and they're one blade of grass off of the transitional area, and they always hit perfect, and they're like, no, this is the only way that you can do it. There's a lot of ways that you can do it. Why is the only way I can do it the one that puts me one blade of grass from getting into the rough before I make my wind adjustment? Let's see if my opponent can get in the hole. They got a great, I mean, they're not in a bad spot right there, but the whole deal is they didn't need to be where they were at. This is one of those things where you get so focused on you're trying to get that hole-in-one, that sink that shot, that you forget that the whole goal here is eagle. Like right there, they dropped a shot. Not just dropping a shot because they dropped a shot, because there's way too many people in this bracket that are going to get eagles on this hole, and you just put yourself in a hole on a super easy hole. I mean, it happens to all of us. We get on a hole and it's like, man, we really have to make this one. It's super, I'm not going to say easy, but it's super makeable. And then we go out there and we duff it. But we want that to be an exception, not the rule. So why would you set yourself up that close? Especially, I mean, you got to think too, the rough was here, they're here one ring, and the wind's coming from this direction. So not only are they already starting off close, but they have to pull over the rough in order to pull out the wind. And you're just setting yourself up for failure there. So like this would be one of those situations where it's like, normally I do a 10%, but you know, like in this situation, do we really want to do that 10%? It would be okay if the wind pushed us off a little bit to the right and then we ended up missing the cup a little bit more to the right. You know, thinking about which way the wind is blowing. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. I think this is the giraffe hole. I made this hole the other day and it was scarier than hell. I went back and watched the video, and what I did was I set myself up. I was 2 rings off of this transitional surface, and when I came through here, I did +10. It was 1.1 times the wind divided by, I think I was in, I don't know where I was at. I pulled wherever I was at in my club, and then I added on +0.1, and there must have been a blade of grass that was laying over into the fairway, and I clipped that blade of grass, and it acted like a rough bump, and it went into the hole. If it hadn't hit the flagpole, I would have ended up in the sand. I was going so freaking fast. So I think what I'm going to do today is set it up a little bit farther back. I'm going to try and set it up 3 rings if I can eke that out. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. We've got a tailwind. So what do my notes say? Headwind, marlin, tailwind, tighten. And I'm going to be taking this with, now I could help myself out, and I could use my Cataclysm. I have it. I'm gonna use it. I've got some ball guide now. Let's try it. Bag number 4. So let's work out an equation here. It's 1.1, 10% times the wind divided by, I'm using a 3 power ball. Let's switch balls. I'm going to use a Titan. Titan, the king of balls. Titan, and a 3 power ball at Max Club. Or am I at Max or am I at Min? How does that work? I'm not sure where I'm going to be at in my club. I think I might be at Min. We'll see. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm not sure I got that right. I might have wrote that down wrong. Maybe. I can't remember. $86.45. Not sure what that means. But that's their name. All right. I'm hitting it with my Grizzly. Maybe 3 rings. I'm at Max Club. So it's 4 plus 0.1. 4.5 rings. 4.5, and I'm 3 rings off. A little more, actually. 4.5. Give myself a little room. Getting it perfect. I like that landing area a lot better, but I did not like that result at all. There's times when, so if you've got if you've got a maxed out Grizzly and you're using a lower power ball at Max Club, it's actually 0.9 per ring. And I almost feel like, but what the charts show is that if you're using an higher power ball, that you would do 1 per ring instead of 0.9. And I almost feel like in that situation I should have did 0.9, because that would have been 5 rings instead of 4.5, and I was that far off. And I'm going to make a note here. Grizzly. 0.9 per ring. That's definitely a hole that we want to get worked out, because we got a really good opportunity for hole 1 on this hole. Really good. Real good. Real. So I got an opportunity to pitch some stuff to EA Sports, and I posted a video for it. So anybody, I think they're underutilizing the sign, so I posted a video. I'm trying to get a gold star above my name like the other Playdemic employees that came up with the sign concept to begin with. Better than sliced bread. All right, hole number 3. Hole number 3. Which way is the wind blowing? I almost feel like the other day I went out here and I demoed in the walkthrough scouting report. Well, I was in the qualifying round. I demoed coming over here and going at the shot just straight up, but I almost feel like bringing out a power 5 ball and trying to get over here with this wind. You can only do it with tailwind. You can, if you bring out the right ball, try and bounce over here and try and get all the way over, but I think you really need to bring a topspin boost ball. I'm not sure, do I have, like, what kind of power 5 topspin boost balls do I have? Topspin. Do I have any that I have more than... No, and I'm not willing to waste I'm not in a qualifying round. I'm not willing to waste something like that, but I might be willing to waste a Berserker. And let's see what I have pinned. Let's unpin that. And let's pin a Katana. Where is a Katana? Where is the Katana? We'll pin that. All right. Do I have the Berserker chosen? I do. All right, here we go. I'm going to try the shot. I demoed the shot going straight forward. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. Nothing special. And I did the shot going straight forward where I wanted to be on the right-hand side so that I had a straight up shot at the cup. If you want to do the rough bump, you want to be as close to the sand on the right as possible. You want to be all the way to the tip of the sand. My opponent's got a 4 power 3 toss and boost ball. They may be going for it. No. Why? Oh my gosh, I'll forfeit a tournament hole and take the bogey for one of those balls. Come on. Why? You can play this with a freaking Marlin. I mean, in tournament play, if we want to give ourselves a really good opportunity as far as spin and stuff, a Katana is more than enough. Why? Oh my gosh, people are... Oh. I know it's your money. You can do whatever you want with your balls, but come on. Really? You went and worked your job so that you could get that? One ring great to the right. We'll see if I have enough to get out of the rough. Excellent. You want to get out of the rough, but you don't want to have so much that you blow off to the other side. Now, I can't remember what the adjustment is from here, but there is an adjustment, and it's like 10% plus 0.1, or it's a very small adjustment, but there is an adjustment here. It seems the deal is that it has nothing to do with elevation. It has everything to do with somebody from Playdemic plugging in some variable in there. And this is uphill, so we really should be taking off like a 0.5 per 1 mile an hour of ring, which we would represent as 5%, minus 5%. But I don't think it's not consistent. Whoever did that from Playdemic and plugged in those variables wasn't paying attention to how it should work. Times the wind. I think you need to add on. I think we need to make our variable adjustment needs to be a positive, I think. Oh. And I'm in a good spot, but I'm in a bad spot at the same time. .96 rings. 2.96. One, two. Almost 3. Oh, fuck, and then I hit it great. Get into the right spot and then you hit it great. It would have been close. It would have been close. I have no idea. It would have been close. It would have been. I needed a little bit more distance to be just in pure. It wasn't bad. I did have a spot there, but that was you never know when you don't hit perfect. That's the whole deal. Damn it, Tao. So there's 2 different ways. If you watch my qualifying round, I showed you an easy way where you can just go out here with just a mortal ball and do it. But if you've got a tailwind, that's another way that you can do it. My opponent showed you how to waste a good ball by doing. I just can't believe they wasted that ball on that. I don't know that if it's just people don't realize it, or they just have so much money that they want to, like, at some point down the road when they figure it out. Because remember when you first started playing the game and they gave you whatever ball and you used them up real quick and you didn't know what you had, and then later on you're like, man, I wish I would have saved those balls that I got at the beginning. Now that I actually know what the deal is, because I'm in a tournament, I'm in the weekend round, and it's like, man, I really would like a 4 side spin ball on this shot, and I don't have any because I blew them all playing one-on-one or doing some stupid shit like that. Oh, come on, people. Come on. Hole number 4. All right. Which way's the wind blowing here? And I established the other day that I needed a bigger ball. And you can bring out a 4 power ball and get yourself a little bit of a window, but I'm going to bring out a 5 power ball. And a 10% is at least what you need to do, but I'm going to do a 15. It might be a 20. I'm not so sure it isn't a 20. I like this wind though, because when you've got a tailwind or a headwind, you're trying to do a second bounce rough bump. And a tailwind and a headwind, you really need to know. And I'm not so sure that on a tailwind day, you might not do a plus 20, and on a headwind day, you might not do a plus 25 in order to get your bounces right. .9 divided by 1.3, 2.56 rings. There's 2.5. There's the 6. Let me put some curl on it to bring it back over to the green. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about the second bounce clipping that rough. There's bounce number 1. Clip the rough, clip the rough, clip the rough. There we go. And I like being on that side because it's, you look ahead of you, it's not perfectly flat, but it's a whole hell of a lot flatter on the right than it is on the left. On the left, it looks like that used to be part of the sand dunes on Dune, or it was a slalom course in skiing, and they flattened it out. Look at the undulations that are on the left-hand side of that course. It looks like waves in the ocean. A violent ocean. People. Perfect. Now, I got a ton of work to still get done here. A ton. This is no gimme. Like, normally with these shots, you could just run out your topspin, but I'm not sure that it's going to be the way to go here. Like, let's see what it looks like if I run out my topspin. That's not too bad. You can't do this on the other side. You definitely do not dare run out your topspin on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, and the right-hand side used to be almost perfectly flat, but they have put some undulations out there. Because if you were coming in from this direction, if you were trying to bounce off of this island, you bounce off the fairway pad before, and then you get your second bounce here, and then you bridge the gap. A big topper is the club to use because you can run out 100 topspin. You could get a run to the cup, and it was flat over on that side. I'm not sure if I've made a hole-in-one on this, but I think I have. For some reason in my brain, I do think I did at one point make a hole-in-one on this hole. The first one I remember, and then I remember the second one, and then I've made like 5 or 6 now, and I can't remember the ones after the first 2. But for some reason, I do believe I made a hole-in-one there. And the way I made that hole-in-one was I did that. I started off here with a big topper, and I went bounce number 1, bounce number 2, hit the flat, and ran up to the cup. And that shot was in there for a long time, and then they did something, and they took this shot out of the game. and then now it's back. I think you can take that shot, but it is super dangerous. It's a win. It's binary. You're either on the green over here and you're okay, or you're in the drink. I mean, there's not much in between. All right, hole number 5. We had to get an eagle on that, and we got our eagle. All right, I've decided that I'm going to go from this spot right here and try and bring it around. Let's see which way the wind's blowing, because that's going to determine my deal here, because I really don't want to pull. Okay. And I really think the way to go at this, a better way to go at it, is to bring out a 4 side spin ball so that you can really get around the corner. Power, side spin, and I don't think we need to bring out anything special. I think I brought out a katana the other day just because it had 3 side spin. I can burn one of the, I don't know if I want to burn one of those balls. Not in a opening round. And I don't have anything where I have a ton of balls. So I'm just going to bring a katana. Why not? Why not? Now, what hole is this? It's hole number 5. Did I write down anything? Plus 20? I did write down that a 4 side spin ball would work better. And I think it was with a sniper. Do I want to bring my... I'm going to play with my Cataclysm, because I'm trying to get used to playing with that Cataclysm. I got to get used to the numbers. Cataclysm. See where I'm at in my club. And I wrote down the numbers for a power 1, and I wrote down the numbers for a power 3, but I didn't write down the numbers for a power 2. So I'm gonna make an assumption and think that they're the same as they are for a power 1. Which is probably the wrong way to go. Cataclysm. I'm at minimum club. Men. $3.3 divided by minimum club power 1 1.8. 2.2 rings. 2.2. Hitting it perfect. Well, that was a good pull. Not enough. Woo! Hit it too hard. That was a 20% straight up at minimum club. The deal there is I was hesitant to put on any more backspin because my second bounce is in front of the sand. And when you're pulling this direction, if you over pull it, then you can bounce number 1's fine, and then bounce number 2 clips the sand. And I was trying to stay as far in front of that sand. I had a lot of room in front of that sand, but because I think my second bounce was up in here. But I have done that shot so many times in the past where you can make a mistake and over pull it or hit it great to the right, and then all of a sudden the first bounce is fine, and then the second bounce is in the sand. But the 20% looked good. Looked good. Just a little bit more woo. Would have liked to have made that. I don't make hole-in-ones on this hole very often. I have made a bunch of hole-in-ones on this because I've played this hole a bunch of times, but it's an exception rather than a rule. I would say in 100 shots I might be 3 or 4 hole-in-ones. Not very often. I suppose if I took 100 shots in a row that I'd get good enough at it that by the time I got to 100 that I could increase that. But overall, I haven't made a lot of hole-in-ones on this. Hole number 6. Hole number 6. Hole number 6. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I'm trying to get to this area right here and take this shot. Now, you can hit out here and have a very similar, this is short iron, this is long iron, this is wood. So pick your poison. In one-on-one, I always hit from here, because there's because if you get caught over in this right here, you could be in a spot of bother, because you're in wood right here, and if you do your arc, you're almost at the same distance if you're over here. So if you try and go for this in one-on-one with a lower power ball and you end up screwing up to the left, you're screwed. If you screw up to the right, you can recover. But in tournament play, I really like this spot right here the best. But let's see which way the wind's blowing. The wind's blowing right down the gut, so it's not going to matter. If the wind was blowing from this direction, you know, it might be arguably better to hit to the left, so that when you hit the second shot to the cup, you've got a pure tailwind. And if the wind was blowing from here, it'd be better to hit to the side that I like to hit at. But when it's going straight here, actually, if you wanted the wind tailwind, you'd lay up and hit it with your wood. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not. All right. This is another one of those holes that you need to bring out. It's beneficial to bring out a bigger power ball, so you can get over. I might not need to bring out a power 5 ball, but I've got more of those berserkers than I do of any power 4 balls. I might be able to get it done on a tailwind day with a Titan. We'll see. We will see. I go first. Hey, let's swap that ball. Hey, let's do pinned. Let's check it out with a Titan. What kind of deal? I think I can get it done with a Titan. I can. I don't need all that topspin. I don't need all that topspin either. I only need 5. Let the wind push me up. Oh, fuck. Now I'm in the sand. Sorry about that. Well, that did not go as planned. But we still got a great shot from here. I can still make this. And I saved myself a berserker. See if my opponent can get. Now, I think once again they could get over there with a Titan on today's wind. And that the wind, the way it's blowing right there, is not quite the angle that they showed in the picture of how the wind was going to blow on this hole. My opponent's got a beautiful shot. They got 3 different options. They can bounce over, they can rough bump, depending on if they brought the right club, or they can try and get on the green side and stick it. There's Max. Boy, that's an iffy shot. 3.6. 3.6 divided by 2. 1.8 plus 1 is 1.9 rings. And I'm taking a risk here. I'm trying to get greedy instead of just recover. You're not in the right spot. You should just recover. Hitting it perfect. And it paid off. Woo! In the hole. Look at that. Look at that. Looky, looky. Looky, looky. Took a risk and paid off. I have no idea what the book says or what the charts say that you're supposed to hit your Spitfire at, but my Spitfire and my Nirvana I hit, if it's at max club, it's 2 per ring. If it's at 3/4, I'm still at 2 per ring. If it's at half, I'm 4. If it's in the quarter, I'm at 16. There is a spot right here where I'm in between mid and corridor where I hit at 8. And I've had a lot of success over the years with my Spitfire and my Nirvana if I hit them right. If I hit them perfect. That close. And I did plus 0.1. It's 0 plus 0.1, and if they would have did the plus 0.1, that would have been in the hole. All right. Whew. Boy, I took a chance and it paid off. Risk versus reward, right there. That's a prime example. Hole number 7. Hole number 7. The duck hole. Which way's the wind blowing here? All right. Now, I saved that Power 5 ball, and now I can use the Power 5 ball. And I'm going to do 10 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1.3. Let's get that math going. So I have to just plug in a number, and I'm going to have to do, I screwed it up. I put too much curl on it in the opening round, and I ended up right over here in the rough. I'm not sure. I think I made it. Maybe I made it. Maybe I didn't. I might have made it. I'll have to look. But I was able to put one ring of the power back on because I really want to hit right here in this wider area, and it put me right here, and I pushed one ring back in to get me up into that spot. But with a pure side wind, I'm going to have to put a little teeny bit of overpower in order to get to that spot, and very little curl, if any. If any. This is where we need a Power 6 ball. I didn't buy any of those. I'm surprised that Playdemic hasn't come out with Power 6. In 2035, Playdemic, our weekly special, a Power 64 ball with 92 backspin, 27 precision, and 42 wind. They got those special balls for people that are up at the top that if you use this ball, you're guaranteed, that's like a 100%. If you can end up in your first shot in the fairway, in your long iron range, you're guaranteed to make the second shot. You know they're going to come out with some shit like that. And that's a lot of power. That's a lot more power than I really want to do. Is that max power? They're putting max power on? Is that not too much? Wow. Uh-oh. Stay in the fairway. Oh man, they would have had a great shot from right there in the fairway. They still got a decent shot from right there, but it would have been better in the fairway. It would have, I tell you. I think just 4 topspin is all I need. And I really want to get right there, just a little teeny bit of power, and no measurable curl. 4.6, 3.89 rings. There's 3, 8, 9. That puts me another 3/4 of a ring into power. Just a little. Hitting it perfect. See if I made my adjustment right. I did. Now let's see if I got my curl right. I did. And I got my speed right. I did. Get to the fringe. Oh, I would have rather. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm not the best putter in the game, so I really don't like taking long putts. I really don't. This is one of those holes that if you can, you like using 2 or 3 backspins so that you can kind of run it. Well, there are some moguls that are in between where they're landing in the hole, so not having to roll over those moguls and get pushed off trajectory. Perfect. Get in the hole. Get in. Oh, that close. That close. Perfect. In the hole. Woo! Eagle. I need to clear out a slot. I think I lost a chest right there. I did. I did. I need to go to the home screen. Being able to change your clubs and your ball on that screen, I forgot. Man, never want to play without an empty slot. Come on, you know the deal. I got a Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer. These chests at 44 to open them, to speed them open, I'm not sure that they're worth it's worth the deal. Let's make sure I got an empty slot. Let's make sure. Let's see what we got here. What do we have? What? Win against somebody with more trophies. That shouldn't be too hard. I got 2 APOC cards. Look at that. I'm 3.5 years away from getting the APOC maxed out to level 8. I got that going for me. What hole are we on? Are we on hole number 8? Maybe? That was hole number 7. What did I do? Did I get that? I did end up getting out of the rough and ended up making that. I did. 13, 14, 15. I need to make all of these. Did I make them all in the qualification round? I did. So I have that going for me as well. Let's look at hole number 8. Hole number 8. I made a couple of these hole-in-ones. All right, what do I have on my notes here for hole number 8? 1-to-1 minus 0.1. Sniper Quasar, and I'm doing the rough bump off of this area. Sniper Quasar, 3 1/4 topspin, 1 right-hand side spin. All right. Quasar. Well, I'm doing 1 right-hand side spin. I could help myself out here and bring up Nirvana, or what is that? What is that? What is that ball? Here, let's do power. What is that ball? Navigator. Nav. And it'll make it easier to move the wind. Let's select that. Let's make sure I got a bag with a sniper in it. I think it's sniper, and it was 1-to-1 minus 0.1 with the sniper. So I better stick with the sniper for the wind adjustment. All right. So it's whatever the wind is. And the reason there is that I'm in mid club. So I was going to add on 10%. So it'd be 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.1 because I'm in mid club. And so these 1.1s cancel each other out. And so it's just the wind minus 0.1. 3 1/4 topspin. Here we go. Getting out on the course. 1, 2, 3 1/4. .8 minus 0.1 is 3.7 rings. Let's get lined up with the wind. It's probably beneficial. Here's 3, 5, 6, 7. 3, 7. Getting it perfect. In the hole. Dead center in the hole. Woo! Woo! Crowd goes wild. Crowd goes wild. Man, that ball was going through there about 1,000 miles an hour, too. I got lucky I hit the flagpole dead center. If I'd hit it off to the side, it would have bounced out, just like the other hole. I shot an 18 in the qualifying round, and if I would have made that 1 hole-in-1, I could be on track, although I got an Albie on the last hole, and that's never a gimme. Never. Never, ever, ever. Glad I cleared off a slot. I got a chest. All right, all right. Hole number 9. What is hole number 9? Aha. I remember. It's all starting to become clear. The other day I took a shot out here with a berserker, and I tried to get as far up into this range as I could. And on the second shot, I hit 1-to-1 plus 0.1. Because I was in mid sniper from out here. So getting to this area, we really need a side or a tailwind. A headwind is going to be a little bit difficult. And if you bring out, that wind will work. If you bring out a topspin boost ball, I'm not so sure you can't get, like I'm in mid sniper, I'm not so sure that you can't get up there into your like max long iron, especially if you use a Goliath. But I'm not trying to get too greedy. Well, I'm trying to get greedy, but I'm not trying to get too greedy. This could all go south right here. It could go horribly south. And I'm going to take that bag. All right. All right, here we go. 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.3. Here we go. 17's not bad. I'm not sure what it's going to take to win this week. It's going to be massive scores. I mean, if I doubled up on a 17, we're talking about 34. I'm not sure that that's enough. There's so many opportunities for people to make shots out here. And I've had weeks on Sunshine Glades where I kicked ass in the qualifying round and kicked ass in the opening round, and then I went out there in the weekend round and got my ass handed to me. And this hole right here, I have epic failed on numerous occasions. Now that's a one-on-one way to go. That's the only way to go on one-on-one. Did you overshoot it? You did. Yeah, that sucks, dude. That is bad. You could have brought out a Titan and hit it over to the other side and helped yourself out just a titch. 3.7. Let's do max of everything. I'm going to give myself 2.5 rings. 3.7's 3.13 rings. There's 3 1/3. That puts me a ring and right out of ring. 1 ring great to the right. Now it's all about this first bounce. So I make it. Oh, I made it. I actually ended up in a pretty good spot right there. Pretty good. Now this wind is good. I'm going to do a rough bump. And it's 1-to-1 plus 0.1. Can they get over again? Can they get around it? They did. That was a gross. Stay out of the sand. Yeah. I'm going to try, bro. 4.1 rings. .1 rings. Okay, there's the 0.1. There's the 4. Oh, and I hit it great. Oh! Go in anyways. Ah, man, that was right there. Right there. Would have loved to have hit that perfect. In the rough, in the sand. We do that. How often does that happen where you go from the rough to the rough, get in the hole. That's it. That works, bro. Whatever it takes to get there. That's awesome that they recovered, because it sucks when you blow the last hole of a round of a side. You really want to, like thinking of, I like to break it into 3-hole segments where you're trying to pick up something in each 3-hole segment. That gets you from the minimum score of -12 to -15. And then, trying to pick up as much as you can on a side so you don't have to put pressure on the backside. $17 at 9. Right. Got somebody right behind me. Right behind me. And they got 2 Albies. Look at that. There you go. That is the front side of the opening round in the Solar States Tournament in the rookie division. I have no idea what's at the top, but we will find out when we get to the backside. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you get a chance, watch my video on Playdemic. I think they're underutilizing the sign thing. I posted that video. Watch it. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching.